okay, you're going to school at University of Cincinnati, or you're working, why are we talking? Well, I just thought you would buy it for me. Well, what made you think that? So that entitlement can actually sort of conflict with strong work ethic, I think. Do you agree with that? Go ahead.
I think like if you feel that you're entitled to something, your work ethic probably isn't the best, and your integrity isn't real high, because when you use integrity, you're doing something without the expectation that you're going to get something in return.
So doing something with integrity carries that, basically, you're doing something without expectation, just to reiterate, that's good. And entitlement, it's sort of you're doing something with expectation. Well said. How we doing? Boring? Can't wait to get out? It's all good. Trey, how we holding up? All right, still in the slot there. Can work ethic be strong, or can be good? Can work ethic be bad? Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, work ethic can be good in ways like, people show up on time and, help around. Work ethic can sometimes be bad because kind of tying into the entire part, they think that they, can leave early and do stuff that most people can't because they think they're hired or something like that.
Absolutely. So to recap, the pluses on the positive side is they show up on time, they do their job, they go the extra mile. The negatives are their expectations are such where they cut corners, they want to leave early. Those of you that had a job, have you ever worked with somebody that's how they do things? Even at school, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but you have somebody that really needs help all the time with homework, and yeah, it happens, right? When you work with somebody, you sort of, and it's the same going back to the hockey analogy, you want everybody working. You need the center working, the forwards working, the defense working, the goalie working. You need everybody working at the same level, you hope, and then some. But when somebody is slacking, does that affect the team? Does that affect the teamwork?
Yes.
Does that affect the professionalism? Somebody doesn't have the same work ethic that you might. Fair? Unfair? Comments, questions, complaints? No complaints? All right, fine. All of you are HR representatives. You're hiring somebody. You're going to hire me, perhaps. I'm coming in for a job interview. Why is work ethic important to you as a employer? What do you think? Is it important? I see a head nod over there. Is it important? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, show up on time to the interview, write a thank you note. That's really good. Good. Yes, sir.
You would probably get more hired on because like you're trustworthy, you show up on time, and it kind of means that you'll show up on time every day, and you like wear like nice clothes, or
Yeah.
told that you wear like nice clothes every day.
Does a strong work ethic, does it equate to freedom? Financial freedom? Job freedom? What do you think about that concept? Does it give you the ability to go reach higher? Maybe achieve more than somebody that isn't quite as motivated, which we didn't talk about, but motivation? Do you think your earning capability is going to be more? What do you think? Again, you can say no. You can say yes. How many think you're going to make more potentially with a stronger work ethic? What do you think? Your boss would promote you. absolutely. Do you think the boss would take notice of somebody that has a strong work ethic? You got somebody that's sleeping over in the corner all day, and you got somebody that's doing the work for both of you. You think that person's not gonna get promoted? I agree. In a heartbeat. That's why work ethic is extremely important from that side of things. Higher productivity. Higher productivity. Let me ask you again on your sports side of things, because I saw there's a lot of athletes here. The ones that, this is somewhat an interesting question, but for the most part, humor me for a minute. The ones that excel through hard work ethic, determination, are those the ones that are going to get the most playing time? For the most part. There's going to be rare cases that it doesn't quite work out. So your star players are the players typically that are going to put the time in, the work in, the weights, the things behind the scenes as well as the things forward, right? Conversely, on the academic side, you got to do the work typically to get the straight A's or good grades. You agree? It's hard, but you got to have that determination. Can your parents give you this? Give you a work ethic? What do you think? I see some no's. Yes, sir.
They can, cause like, say they want you to do chores, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
They could either follow it and have better work ethic, and then they can like not follow it, and then they'll just fail when they're older.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I think they can influence you to have a good work ethic, but I think you have to want to be a good like worker.
Interesting.
Want to do the work.
So you want to do the work, they can influence. And I think those that said no are right. I think those that said yes are right. I actually think that it's, if you have parents or friends that you look up to and influence you, to use your word, that absolutely can direct whether or not you're gonna have a strong work ethic. Now, if you don't have it when you're younger, can you get it when you get older? Yes? There's hope. My youngest son, who was the one that would sit on the couch and try to charge me for, $20 on the mower, he ended up going to the University of Cincinnati and graduated. And, his mother and myself had heart failure. So we were excited, don't misunderstand. He just wasn't motivated growing up, but he was also working a full-time job at Starbucks on campus down there. So he absolutely turned it around. So that's the optimism. So anyway, I get a little bit into the conversation of, I was a financial advisor for 25 years. I managed $300 million in assets under management, which just means you have a clientele base that you worked with on a day-to-day basis. My wife and I decided to buy 2 KOA campgrounds up in northern New Hampshire as my career was, I wanted as to come to a close. I wanted to get a family business. So how many have ever been to New Hampshire? Me too. I'd never been to New Hampshire. Bought 2 parks up in the White Mountains. Now I'll tell you this, if you ever get the chance to go up, it's pretty nice. But you know what New Hampshire has up in those neck of the woods? Bear and moose. Bear and moose. You know which one's more dangerous up there? How many think it's bear? How many think it's moose? You are correct. 100% them rascals will come after you. You just gotta be faster than the person next to you. They'll charge. The black bears that they have there, brown bears are the grizzlies out west. They'll just kill you. The black bears are just mischievous, and so they're just looking for food. And usually if you make a little bit of noise, they'll leave. So my day started at 6 in the morning there, and it ended at 11 at night. Every day, 6 months. Where do you sign up for that? Does that sound fun to anybody? Don't forget, hey, my sewer's backed up, or my cable doesn't work, or all the complaints that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You just never know where it's gonna go. Do I have to have a little work ethic? It's not me to say, but I would guess. It just, if nothing else, the duration of the hours. Questions? Comments? You're getting quiet on me, so it must be boring. What do you think about, bless you? What do you think about work ethic? You buy into it? You don't have to. You won't see me again after another few minutes. You buy into the whole work ethic thing. You think it's important to you? Yes, sir.
I think it's one of the very strong qualities of a person. I think it's important, very important to have work ethic, or you won't be able to succeed in any job that you get, or like just basic chore. I think it's a necessity.
Yeah. The whole notion about going further. Yes, sir.
Back to the, like, interviews, a good thing with work ethic is also personality, because if they see you have a good personality, like say, you're going to, I don't know, let's say Walmart,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna wanna go up to you if you're all moody and sad or mad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can you imagine the cart pusher attitude? Can you imagine the cart pusher walk in and throws it at you? You know what I mean? What gives? Having a bad day? Nah, that's just them. How many people in your life do you know just like that, though? They're just constant, you just know. My sister-in-law, ugh. I mean, it's awful. What did Kevin say in Home Alone? Smoked trout or something like that. It was bad. It was awful. It's just
All
that
freshmen
down.
with the last name A through F, please report to the gym now for your pictures. Thank you.
See, Trey.
Hello.
That didn't take you too long.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish the attitude situation. Attitude. Does attitude matter? Can you teach attitude? Go ahead. Take this one.
I just like, I think, I mean, you can like, again, influence somebody to have a good attitude.
Okay.
You have to want to have a good attitude. Like,
Yeah,
you're not gonna have a good attitude unless you know you need to have a good attitude for work.
absolutely. Go ahead.
I don't think you can teach attitude. I
Yep.
think it's just like a mental mindset. And it all comes from the brain. I feel like if you have a good mindset on it, then you'll have a good attitude. But if you have a bad mindset, you're not gonna have a good attitude.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's kind of, between, in my opinion, because if people around you are, you know, happy and joyful, that may influence you to also be, you know, a little happy and joyful. Even if you say you have a back and forth, that may influence you just a little bit, you know, to smile or, you know, be happy. But at the same time, it, doesn't help, you know, that much. You usually have to have, you know, I want to be happy to, you know, for others to influence you.
Yeah. So your surroundings, who you hang with, has some bearing. Family has some bearing. You think? Just for kicks and giggles, do you pick your friends or do your friends pick you? Think about it. Yes, sir.
Both.
Both? Okay.
Because like you said, like let's take Caleb for instance, right? So Caleb, and then like he goes, sup back, and then like we start talking every day, and then so basically it's like I chose him, but then he accepted.
So when you say you chose him, you didn't actually go and say, you're my friend. Right, I mean, it's all good, but you know, yeah, you come with me, no, you're out, you're in, you're out, right? But you gravitate, what you're saying. So both.
Yeah.
Common interests.